Okay, so is Shri in the chat with us? Shri? Hello, Shri?
Shri.
Okay, Shri's not here today. Could someone else give me the meeting ID?
It's 807
807
616
616
21117. 7.
All right, guys, we'll get started very soon.
Prima. We have 31%. It's only that's all.
All right, so we can get started now. All right, so there's a few things I want to go through today. So the first thing is, if anyone has any specific general ability questions or specific reading comprehension questions, please send it in the chat. Okay. Now, ask for questions that you genuinely don't understand. Don't ask, for example, there's some students who ask, Melvin, can you go through all these questions, or can you go through 50 questions or something like that? That's not useful because we've already gone through the questions in class, right? You should be asking questions. For example, I think there's one question in general ability about strokes, or there's one question in general ability, I think, maybe about like the Fibonacci sequence or something like that, like the really complicated ones that you might not understand. If you ask those ones, I can really help you out. If you do have multiple questions, I'll only take the first question that you send because I need to answer everyone else's questions as well. Okay. All right. Awesome. So we have 12 and 7.
Melvin,
Yeah.
did you stop screen sharing?
No, my laptop just turned off. Sorry, iPad just turned off. It's back again.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I've got a few questions in. I'll get started with these, and then I'll go. If you guys have any more questions, just send it through, and I'll keep going through with it. Okay. All right. 1 second. Let me just turn the fan on in my room. It's a bit stuffy. Oh, Girik, I love your camera. Looks beautiful.
Thanks.
Okay. So we're gonna start with question number 12. So 1 second, guys. Let me just quickly open up the paper. Okay, question number 7. Can you guys, what I'll try to do, right? I'll try putting up the questions as well in my screen so you can see as well.
So you done. You crazy, you done.
Hey, can you guys see this?
No.
Yeah, it's just a blank screen.
Like you wet.
I can see it.
Wait, see what?
What's any that?
A blank screen with lines.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant. Oh, there you go.
Okay, we can.
You can see this, right? Okay. So, guys, please mute yourselves if you are not speaking. So, I'm gonna start calling out names. So right now, Nalzich, please mute yourself. Ranulf, mute yourself. Thank you. All right. Okay. So this question number 7, pretty sure it's a quadrant-based question. So what you do with this, right, is, can I move this? No, I can't. Okay. So you split the box, right, into 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you observe is that the shapes are moving within the quadrant. So let's follow, for example, this L here. This L in the next shape turns around like that. Then it goes like that. And then it goes like that. So the next one should be like this, right? Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
Then if you follow this this square here, this is going across one, then down one, and then left one, and then up one, and the next one should be right one. So it should be up here. So far, let's see which ones look like that. So we have L, but this is here, not here. So this is, oh, actually, my fault. This should be up there. It should be up here. So it could be D, it could be C, but it can't be B because this square is here. And it could be A, right? It could be A, C, or D. Next, let's take a look at this one here. So this goes down one, it goes left one, then it goes up one. The next one should be right one. So it could be A, it can't be C because the circle's there, and it can't be D because that square is there. So the answer is A. You understand, Alina?
Yep.
Sorry? Awesome. All right, next question, Dev. Dev, you've sent me 3 questions. I'll only do 1. Which one would you like me to go through? The only reason I'm only doing 1 is because I want to give everyone a chance as well. And if you have time, I can come back to it. So Dev?
Question 15.
15?
15, yep.
All right, you got it. So 15, I'm just gonna draw it just to save time. It's 6, 4, 7, 2, 3. Okay? Basically, it's the number of strokes. Right?
Yeah.
Who's talking to their mic? Okay, Arti, Tanav, please mute yourself, guys. There's just a lot of background noise. Okay, so this question, it's the number of strokes. So 6, you do it with 1 stroke, 1. 4, you do 1, 2, 3 strokes. 7, well, 7 in the actual question is actually drawn like this. So you do 1, 2 strokes. And then 2, oh, sorry, 23, it's actually 23, my bad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 strokes. And then you look at it. So from 1 to 3, it's plus 2, then
It's
minus
1.
plus 2, and the next one should be minus 1. So which number in the answers has 3 strokes?
5.
That is 5. 1, 2, 3. This is one of the hardest questions you would get because it requires you to first of all find a weird pattern, which is like the number of strokes. And then it's not a clear pattern. It's 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. So there's another pattern within the pattern sort of thing. But this is one of the hardest questions you'll get. Okay. All right. Next, we have Nichelle, question number 2. Okay. Let me see if I can bring this across. You know what I'll do? I'll see if I can bring the whole page across. How's your week so far? How's the homework this week?
He is good.
Good.
Any tough
Melvin,
questions? Yeah.
have you uploaded have you uploaded the Loyola class, the Zoom class for last week?
Yes, I have. It was actually a live lesson, so it recorded live.
Oh, so I can't watch it after.
No. It was recorded live, so it should be there on YouTube.
Oh, because when I was doing, I couldn't find it.
Ah, okay.
But Melvin, Maria said that she would delete it.
Okay. Let's just go through the next question. I'm trying to, one second. I'm trying to put up the like the question, right, onto GoodNotes. Let's see if this works. Please. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, never mind. So I'll just draw the question. That's easier. So question number 2, we're doing 2. It is, we have, what shape is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we have an octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have an octagon. Sorry, that's a terrible octagon, but you guys know what I'm doing. And then within the octagon, we have 2 elements. We have a dot and we have an arrow. So I'm going to start off with the dot. So the dot starts off here, and then it goes here. Oops, I'm going to use a different color. It goes there. And then the dot goes to here. And then the dot goes all the way to here. So what's the movement? From this shape to here, it's +1. From here to here, it's +2. From here to here, it is +3. And then it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the dot should be at the top right-hand corner. And if you look at the answers, only A and B has it at the top right-hand corner. So it has to be, oh, sorry. Yeah. Only A and B has it at the top right-hand corner-ish. So now we have to look at the arrow. Okay, so the arrow starts off here, and then it goes here, and then the arrow goes. Actually, you know what would be easier if I draw a map. Who here knows what mapping is? You know what? I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to teach you guys mapping. All right, I'll just revise mapping again. I think it should went through it in his class, but I'm not sure if everyone went through it. It was just a matter of like teacher's preference that we would go through it. But I think it'll be a special treat for all Zoom class kids that if I go through mapping. All right. So in general ability, one of the hardest things is to see a pattern, right? You have shapes that are moving around a lot, and it's usually quite hard to see how it's moving. So the way you figure it out is you draw essentially a map, okay? A map of the patterns. Now, this doesn't work with every question, but for example, with the question like question number 2, it's really useful, okay? Do you guys understand? Give me a thumbs up or, an emoji or something like that. Yeah? Awesome. Thanks, guys. So, by the way, does everyone have question number 2 in front of them so you can see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Perfect, perfect. So,
Yes.
so in this question, we have an 8-sided shape. But let's start off with one of the most basic shapes you might get, and that is a triangle. So a triangle is a 3-sided shape, and then usually you have an object moving around in a triangle like this. So it starts off here, then it goes to here, and then it goes to here, and then it finishes up here, right? So the triangle, you draw a map of 3-sided map. So in this question, the map will look like this, and I'll show you how it works. Draw a 3-sided map. Now, with the map, what you then do is you draw in where the objects move around. So you start off, basically what you'll do is you'll write it out like this. You'll say 1 because the first dot was there, and then 2 would be here, and then 3 would be here, and then 4 would be back at the top. Now with the map, it's easier for you to see that from 1 to 2, it's +1. From 2 to 3, it's +1. And then 3 to 4, it's +1. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
It gets
Yep.
much more useful when you get harder shapes. So I'm going to rub all of this out. And then what I'll do is I'll show you all the different maps. So this is a 3-sided map. Let me show you a 4-sided map. This is a 4-sided map. These two. So you have 2 options. It could be like that or like that. So these are 4-sided map. Oh, oops. 4-sided map. Then you have a 5-sided map. So this is your 5-sided map. Then you have 6 sides. Six sides like that, or you can have 6 sides like this. And then you have an 8-sided map. Okay?
Yep.
5.
Okay.
Now, you can obviously have other maps, right? For example, like a 7-sided map or a 13-sided map, but they're pretty rare. These are the most common maps you'll have to draw. So if I were you, I would definitely write in your notes maps. And then take some notes of the different types of maps you draw. Do you guys understand?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So now that you know the different types of maps, how do you use it? So let's just say you get a question, and the question kind of looks like this. You have 4 squares. Oh, like the game Foursquare. Do you guys play Foursquare?
No.
Yeah.
You don't play it at school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Nicole.
Are you guys usually in the King's Court or usually in the Joker's Court or something like that?
Queen. Queen.
Queen.
Unbelievable, guys. All right.
Done.
So
Yeah.
you have 4 squares. Now, if you just look at this 4 squares, okay, I'm gonna give you a question, and I want you to tell me which map we should draw. So we have, we're gonna have a little triangle. So the triangle starts off here. And the triangle goes here. And the triangle goes here. Triangle goes here. All right. I don't want you to shout it out, but send to me in the chat which map we would use for this question here. Which map we would use. Send it in the chat. Awesome. We have a lot of different questions. I mean, answers. So some people say a 4-sided map because it's a square. Some people say 6-sided map. And some people say 8-sided map. All right. Good. Oh, Lillian, welcome to the chat. Nice to see you again.
Oh.
Okay. So how do you figure out which map you'd use? So in this question, it's kind of confusing, right? Kind of confusing because this is a square and we've only got 4, pretty much images. So how do you decide which map you should use? So what I recommend normally is you look at where it is. So you start from a center point. Because if you look at all the maps, they all have a center point, right? They all have a center point at the middle. This. So you start off with the center point, and then you draw lines based off where the images are. So the first one is in the top right-hand corner. So I draw a line. Then it is in the, like pretty much right. Then it's at the bottom, and then it's at the top right. Okay. Now, what's interesting about maps is that whenever you draw a line in the top right, there's always usually a line across usually. So if I draw a line like this, there's going to be a line like this. If I draw a line like this, there has to be, so you know what? I'm going to show you something else. There has to be a line that goes like this, and there has to be a line like going like this, and like this, and like this. So if you look at this map, it's an 8-sided map, but we don't have enough proof that it was an 8-sided map, right? We assumed it. So if you look at the map, there's only 3 locations that it showed us that the object actually was in, right? 4 locations that it actually showed that it was in.
Yeah.
But then using that, we're able to figure out 3 other possible locations that it could go to. Do you understand?
Yes.
And that's how you come up with an 8-sided map. All right? And then you fill it in. So it starts off here. So you do 1, then it goes 2, it goes 3, and then it goes 4. So from 1 to 2, it's plus 1. 1. 2 to 3, it's plus 2. 3 to 4, it's plus 3. So the next one should be plus 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer should be here. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'm going to change up the question a little bit, and I want to see if you guys can figure it out. Okay, I'm going to change it up a little bit.
Alvin,
Yes,
can you mute everyone, please?
I can mute everyone, and I'll also name and shame people who are unmuted. So Arti, Bhupinder, Ranov, Tanav, mute yourself, guys. Thank you. Okay, try this question. Okay. Send to me in the chat which map I should use for this question. Which map should I use for this question?
Melvin.
That's my name. Please don't shout out the answer, Garrick.
I'm pretty sure I got it right.
You don't need to tell us, Garrick. You can just send it in the chat.
Okay.
Come on, Garrick. All right, I'm getting a lot of answers. Yeah?
Melvin,
Yes, that's my name.
have you got my answer?
Let me check. I should have, but I'm getting a lot of answers. All right, so I got a lot of messages. Okay, I got a lot of answers. So perfect. So most of the answers I got is 5, 6, and 8. So how do you figure this out? Again, you go back to the drawing board. First thing you do is you do a circle, and then from there, you start drawing the lines. So there's a 1 in the top right corner. I'm drawing a line there. 1 in the bottom right corner, draw a line there. 1 in the bottom, draw a line there. There's another line there, draw a line there. Now, as I mentioned before, you can always draw a line opposite of it if there is a line. So there's a line going straight down, so I can draw a line straight up. There's a line going straight across diagonal like that, so I can draw a line like this. And this is a 6-sided map because it can't be an 8-sided one because we have no proof that it could be an 8-sided one. It never went to the right-hand side or the left-hand side. So we can't
Melvin?
call it an 8-sided map.
Melvin,
Yep.
am I correct? Did you see my answer?
What did you write down, Hirash?
I wrote down 6. Did you see it?
I don't think so. But guys, I just want to like a message for everyone in Zoom class. Please don't unmute yourself and ask me, if regarding your answer, right? Because if you get it right, it's right. I think the only time you should unmute is if you have a question regarding something you don't understand. All right? Because imagine if everyone starts asking me if I saw their answer and got it correct, or if things like that. Okay, but I'm happy to help you guys out if you have a question that you don't understand. All right. So, so this is a 6-sided map. It can't be an 8-sided one because we just don't have enough proof for it to be an 8-sided one. So to solve this, let's see how it goes. So I'm going to draw the numbers in. So it starts off here 1, 2. Oops, I'm going to rub this one out here. 3, 4. So from 1 to 2, it's +1. 2 to 3, it's +1. 3 to 4, it's +1. And then 4 to 5, it should be another +1. Do you guys see how we solved it? Any questions?
Melvin,
Yes, Sri?
like, how is it +1? One of these triangles went in the middle, like +1, +1. From each corner, it should be +1. Then, if it's +1, how did one of the triangles go in the middle?
What do you mean? Which triangle are you referring to? In which
The third picture.
Yeah, so I'll show you. So if you look at it, Sri, the first one is here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Second one is here. Third one is here. And fourth one is here. Now, Sri, what map is this? How many sides is there?
6.
It's a 6-sided map. So from 1 to 2, how much does it move?
1.
Just 1. 2 to 3, it's just 1. I know it looks like it moved more or it moved less, but it's a 6-sided map. Do you guys understand? There's only 6 possible locations, and it only traveled 1 location each time. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
Do you?
Thank you.
Do you actually
Yes.
understand?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you?
Thank you.
Do you? Hi guys, someone just came to my house. I had to just go close my door so it wouldn't be too loud. Okay, so do you guys understand how mapping works?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you take some notes on it?
I took a lot of notes.
Good man, good man. Now, sorry, can you guys hear a baby crying?
I can.
Your dog barking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my dog, and then my dog scared a little baby. I think little baby came to my house. Okay, so I'm gonna close my windows 1 sec.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I can't do anything about the baby thing. It's just going to cry for a bit, but yeah. I'll do okay. So now that you guys understand mapping, I'll show you a few examples of questions we can do. So let's take a look at question number 2, which Nichelle asked for. So question number 2, we have an octagon. Now, just looking at the octagon, it's a hint as to which map it is. Oh, oops, it draws a circle. But what sided map do you guys think an octagon is?
8-sided.
Exactly. It's an
Sided.
8-sided map.
8. 8. 8.
Awesome.
That's a cute color.
I don't know why it's drawing a circle every time. Oh gosh. Okay. Hopefully this works. Okay. We have an 8-sided map. And then with the 8-sided map, let's fill in the like, you know, where all the things move. So the first one, how many people here have like younger baby sisters or something like that, or brothers?
I have 3 younger siblings.
Are they really loud?
Yep. I've got a little brother.
A lot.
I have an annoying sister.
I have a little sister.
I have a little sister as well, but she's not very little. She's in university now.
I have a little sister. She's the best.
She's the best. Okay, so I've drawn the question number 2, and I'm going to draw in where the arrows go. So the arrow starts off here at 1, then it goes here 2, and then it goes here 3, and then it goes here to 4. So what's the movement? Let's figure it out. So from 1 to 2 it is plus.
1. And
2 to 3 it's plus.
2.
4 it's plus.
1. 1.
1. It's 1. And then 4, so far we have plus 1, plus 2, plus 1. So next one should be?
Plus 2. Plus 2. Plus 2.
So the arrow should be facing here. So the answer for question number 2 is A, where the arrow's like this, and the dot is like this. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
Michelle, do you understand?
Yes.
Can you send this to the group chat?
All right. Okay. So now that you guys understand mapping, is there any questions you have about mapping itself? So I'll give you an example. Mapping. Okay. Do you guys have your booklet in front of you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Question number 1 isn't something you can map. You can't map question number 1. But question number 2, you can map. Question number 3, you can't map. 4, you can't map. But 5, you can map. 6, you can map. It's hard to map 6, but you can map 6. 7, you can't map. 8, you can't map. 9, you can map. You can draw a map for that. So do you see how some questions you can map and some questions you can't map? Yeah. So mapping is really useful and easy to do once you get a gist of it. Now, again, just like any process, right? Just like any process, it is a slow process, but as you get as you get more experience, you get much faster at it. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
So for example, I can tell that Dev is a cricket player, right, Dev?
Yes.
Now, Dev, cricket is like when you play cricket, it's not just hitting the ball with a bat, right? There's a lot of technique behind it, right?
Yeah.
So for example, can you tell me a type of like batting technique that you had to learn recently? Or bowling?
The cut shot, because it was bowling short, so I had to step back and cut the ball.
Okay. So I don't know much about cricket. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't know anything about cricket, but the cut shot, when you do it, when you first learned it, is it a slow process? Like you have to learn how to move your legs, you have to learn how to move your body, you have to learn how to move your hands, and things like that, right?
Yeah.
But after you get experience and you learn a lot, for example, when you become like a professional player like Sachin or something like that, is it a very fast movement?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's second nature, right? You don't even have to think about it, right?
Yeah.
Right. And the same goes for like mapping. Same goes for algebra and things like that. What I've just shown you is the technique for it. The more you practice it, the faster you get at it. And it's really useful when you get fast at it. But if you're slow and you never practice it, it's a terrible technique because it's very, very slow. Because you are slow at doing it. Do you guys understand? Okay, so let's do a few more questions that you guys have sent in. Question number 13. So here, question number 13 is lines of symmetry. So in the first one, there's only one line of symmetry. Second one, you have two lines of symmetry. Next one, you have 1, 2, 3 lines of symmetry. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of symmetry. And then finally, you have 5 lines of symmetry, which is C, 13 is C. You understand, Abir?
I do.
Easy. All right, next question.
Yes.
Next question. Any of the questions you want to do? By the way, we have a really fun activity for writing next week on Monday and Thursday and Saturday.
You guys have a
What is it?
You'll find out in class.
oh. Melvin,
Jenny or Benny?
are you teaching Saturday classes?
So so me and Manny are alternating on Saturday. So this week I'll be teaching the Monday class because it has an exam, and I'll also be teaching the Saturday class in Billiton. And Manny will be teaching the Nolamar class on Saturday.
So it's gonna be alternating.
Sorry?
So it's gonna be you, Betty, and then you, Betty, and then you, Betty.
Sorry?
Melvin,
Yeah.
what's the Nolamaru class?
So we have another location. So we have classes in Billiton and we have another class. We have more classes in Nolamara. Okay. So yeah. So yeah.
Is the special surprise? Is Jenny or Melvin a better teacher?
It should be, but I already know who I'm going to choose.
Okay.
You should include Maria.
Okay, moving on. Question number 14. Question number 14. Aarti sent it in. So this question, by the way, I'm going to teach you guys another thing that would be useful for you in general ability. So one of the things you might notice is in general ability. I don't know why my tongue's getting into tongue twister. A lot of the questions you get, I mean, you have some questions which are like find the middle ones. For example, you have like I think in the last term there's a lot of questions where you had 9 quadrants, and then it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you had a question mark, and then the question was what is question mark, and then you had A, B, C, D, and I think you had, I don't know, 5, 10, 11, 12. So this is a find the middle sort of question. This is not an actual find the middle question, but this is the type of question you guys get. But most of the questions in general ability are called find the next questions. Like what comes next. Sorry, I'm gonna unmute a few people. So Sairam, please mute yourself. Darren, Abir, Dev, please mute yourself, guys. Thank you. Okay. But most of the questions you'll get in general ability are called find the next, just because you have a sequence. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's what comes next. For this question type, right? You can use mapping for the you can use mapping for the questions that are useful, like the ones you can use for it. But an easier technique, right, to make it very easy for you, and this is pretty much how me and Jenny and Achut and Manny solve it. It's literally looking at the first image and the second image and comparing what happens in between. So image 1 to image 2, what happens, right? What changes? And then you write it down. And then image 2 to image 3, and then you write it down. And then image 3 to image 4, you write it down, and etc. Okay? So let's take a look at question number 14. Is that right, Aarti? Question number 14? Aarti, are you there?
Yeah.
What did you ask for question number 14?
Yeah.
All right. So let me see if I can share it onto the screen here. Oh, perfect. Is it on my screen now?
No.
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 Okay, it should
No.
I don't
Should-
see anything.
Sadly not.
No.
wait a few seconds, guys. 1 second. Come on. All right, it should be here. It should load up in a few seconds. There you go.
I
Yeah.
can see it now. I can see it now.
Awesome. I know you can. So in this question, this is image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4. As I mentioned, you look at each image and then you see what changes, right? So from image 1 to image 2, the dot moves across just 1. Do you understand? Right?
Yep.
And then image 2
Yeah.
to image 3, it goes 1, 2, 3. So it goes across 3. And then it goes across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you write it down, it's going plus 1, plus 3, plus 5. What should come next?
+6.
+7.
Plus 7.
Yeah, plus 7. So you draw it going across 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Oh my gosh, sorry. My eyesight's terrible. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should go all the way up to here, right? And how many answers have that, dot there?
2.
Yeah, A and D. A and D. Okay. And then let's take a look at the star. So you look at, again, image to image. So the star goes from here to here. So it's +2. Then it goes here, down 1. Then it goes +2 up here. And then it goes, next one should be down 1. And how many have the star in the center?
1.
Perfect.
1.
D.
D.
Understand? Do you
Yep.
understand?
Yeah.
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 Perfecto. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's take a look at the next few questions. All right, question number 16 and then question number 9. And then 12. Wait, did we not do 12?
We didn't do 12.
Oh, okay, we didn't do 12. So I'm gonna do question number 16 and then I'll go through 9 and then I'll do 12. Okay, question number 16. You have essentially, you have 2 squares. I mean, you have a square and then you have 2 circles. Circle 1's on the inside. This circle is going +1 outside and then and then it's going +1, 2 inside. Oops. It's going +1, 2 inside. Then it's going plus, wait 1 second, +1 and then +2 inside and then +3 outside. So 1, 2, 3 outside. And then it's going +4 inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4 inside. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
The
Yes,
final answer
yeah.
should be this circle, their circle at the bottom, because it's going +1, +2, +3, +4, and it's going in, out, in, out. Now, and the other circle, it's going, let me show you.
Yeah.
The other circle starts off here, and then it's going +1 inside, and then it's going +1 outside. And it's going +1 inside, and next one should be +1 outside. So it should be here. So the answer is
B.
yeah, B.
B.
Perfecto.
B.
All right.
B.
Oh, does anyone here celebrate Halloween, by the way? Anyone dress up as anything?
No.
We had a school disco,
No.
but
My sister's doing it.
No.
I was gonna do it.
I'm going.
No.
We had the
I already did trick or treating.
we had the school
Oh,
disco
okay.
at school, and we got to dress up.
I don't
but
do it.
that was it.
So I grew up in Ireland, right? And then in Ireland, Halloween is really big, but it's not as big as in Australia. Like Australia's, like you guys don't do Halloween, but we have it
Not really.
like in Ireland. Every like house does it, and like everyone dresses up, and it's so cool.
We had the school disco at school.
Halloween
That was it.
originated from
Sorry?
Ireland, and
Yeah,
it's
it
called
did,
Hallows
it
Eve.
did. Exactly, yeah. So I think the myth is there's a guy called Jack in Ireland, Jack O'Hallow or something like that. And then the story goes like, I don't know, one day he was like walking outside or something, and then the ghosts came out, and then I think he put a lamp in a pumpkin to show the way or something, and that's why you have the pumpkin and stuff like that.
Is
I
that
don't
why it's
remember.
called jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah,
Originally,
yeah, exactly. Jack o' lanterns. Yeah, because the guy's name is Jack. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
originally Halloween wasn't meant to be scary though. Like
Yeah. It was a very
Yes.
religious festival. Oh my gosh, I just remember studying this back in year 3. Like, it was so fun. Actually, I miss it so much. Now
We
my
don't
life
do
is so
Halloween that much at school.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll do this question. I'll tell you more fun facts. Okay. So this question is question number 9, as Abir asked. So Abir, this is the map. It's an 8-sided map, and then it's going +1, and then it's going +2, and then it's going +3, and then actually it should be +4 all the way up to here. You guys understand, Abir? So the options could
Yes.
be A or C, A or C. And then with the arrows is 1, 3, 2, 4. So it's +2, -1, +2. Next one should be -1. So it should be 3 arrows. So the answer is
A.
A. Easy peasy. Lemons.
A.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, the other fun fact I was gonna say was in Ireland, Halloween is a national holiday, so you don't have to go to school on Halloween because it's a holiday. Everyone gets to take the day off.
But we didn't have school today.
Yeah, that's because like it's a Sunday.
We just had a Halloween disco at school, and that was it. And there was no food. It was kind of sad.
That is so sad. Oh my god.
Melvin.
Melvin?
Yeah.
Melvin. My birthday's on
Yes.
Halloween. My birthday's
Is it?
today. Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Hirash.
Thank you.
It's actually your birthday.
Yes.
Oh, does everyone want to unmute their mics and sing happy birthday for Hirash?
Yes.
One second. I'll count us in. Ready? Just unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Hooray. I think we should all make a choir together because your singing was incredible, guys. We're all
Thank you so much,
excited.
Melvin.
Really? We sounded
Completely in tune.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It
was the most.
We're out of tune.
Ever.
It was the most out of tune.
dying cows.
All right, awesome. So, make sure when you guys see Hirash in class next week, you have to give him his birthday punches, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready for that, Hirash? We're all of us are going to give you your birthday punches. How many? How old are you? 11?
Yeah, 11.
Okay, so 11 punches from each person.
I'm actually really scared. Wait, how many people are there?
We'll just invite strangers in as well. We'll just get anyone to punch you. It'll be fun. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 12. Question number 12 from I think it was Arthi who was for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Arthi, this question type, right? In general ability, it's one of the hardest question types. Can anyone tell me why this is one of the hardest?
Because
Like-
there wasn't a clear pattern.
Yeah, no, kind of. I mean, not really. There is a clear pattern.
Well, because you
Why
can't
did
do
you
nothing.
Because rotating it's hard.
The reason is there's two triangles. Oh my gosh. I just
Be
like
rotating anyway.
You can't tell the difference between the two triangles.
yeah. So the problem with it is there's two triangles and they both look exactly the same. So when you compare to two different images, so when you go from image 1 to image 2, it's hard to tell which triangle is which, right? Because they look both the same. By the way, I just laughed earlier because Kieran sent a pretty funny message a few times. I think Kieran should be a comedian. Okay, so take a look at question number 12. So we have two triangles that look exactly the same. And now let's figure out how it moves. So I'm going to get rid of this triangle here, and then we'll just work with the first one. So the first triangle, it could go down 1, or it could go down 2 to here. And then from here, let's figure out which way it goes. So I'm going to go with one path. So I'm going to ignore this one, and I say it just goes down 1. So if it goes down 1, from here, where does it go? It could go back up 2, or it could go across 2 here. So we have two pathways. It could go +1, +2, or it could go +1, -2. This is why it's really confusing, right? It gets pretty confusing because of this. And then from here, we have to choose a path. So if let's just say it was here, where does it go? So from here, it could go +1, 2, 3, or it could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could go +2, or oh, sorry, it could go -2. It could go -2 again, or it could go +5. Now, the reason I know this is incorrect is because none of this makes any sense. So I know that this pattern does not make any sense. So I'll go the other way. I'm going to choose this top line. So it goes +1 to here, and then it goes +2 to here. And then from here, where does it go? It could go +1 to here, or it could go +2 to here. So if it goes +1, or it could go +2, which makes sense most. Does +1, +2, +1 make more sense, or +1, +2, +2 make more sense?
+1.
Check.
+1.
That's right.
+1 +2 +1.
That's right. So this one makes the most sense, right? So if I were to draw it out, triangle 1 goes here, then it goes here, then it goes here, and then it goes here. Do you guys understand? Right? So let's see where triangle 2 goes. Triangle 2 then, if this is the case, triangle 2 starts off here. I'm going to choose a different color. So Hiresh, since it's your birthday, which is your favorite color? We will use your favorite color.
My favorite color is yellow.
Okay, so we're going to go with yellow. So triangle 2 starts off here, and then it goes, according to this, it goes here, and then it goes here. Oops, what am I doing? Oops, what am I doing? And then it goes here. So what's happening? So from 2 to 3, so triangle 2, it's going +1 across, right? Or -1 because it's going anti-clockwise. Then from 3 to 4, it's -2. And then 4 to 5, it's -3. So what should the next one be?
-4.
Perfect. So the patterns for both of them. So triangle 1, the pattern is +1, +2, +1. Triangle 2, the pattern is?
-1, -2, -3, -4, and so on.
Do you guys understand?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
I'll give you guys your 5-minute break now. For guys and girls, I'll give you your 5-minute break now. Come back at exactly 6 o'clock so that Maria can torture you with some English.
Can you
Because no one
explain
likes
the
English,
profile
right?
picture?
Excuse me?
Because no
Did
one
you
likes
say
English.
torture? Did you
Yes.
just say torture?
You said torture.
Lies.
Oh
Lies.
my
Maria's
Lies.
beautiful. She's the best.
Oh my
She's not the best
god.
teacher, but the best.
Oh my. I heard
Melvin
I'm
is
not the
so-
best teacher. I don't know if I just got shot,
Maria,
but that's all good.
I'm better than Melvin.
Okay, guys, it's not a comparison. I just feel a little bit shot. Torture? Are we comparing my teaching to torture? That's new.
All right, guys, have a good session. I'll see you guys in class.
Melvin,
Yeah,
I have something to say.
go for it, sir.
I have a little baby brother.
Oh, congratulations.
Ah.
What's his name?
Thank you. Kabia.
Oh yeah, obviously. I'm so sorry. You told me this like 50 times already. I should have remembered. Kabir, it's just your name with a K, right?
Yes.
When's he coming home? Or has he already come home?
Yeah, he's already at home.
Oh, okay. That's so cute. Wow, look at this note. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
It's Halloween.
Melvin.
Halloween vibes.
Melvin,
Yeah?
did you get my message that I sent you?
Oh,
in the
yes,
chat?
yes. I'll send you that like pretty much right now.
Okay.
All right.
That's a really good drawing of a skeleton.
How does he
Creepy.
the night before Christmas?
Happy
Yeah.
Halloween.
Someone knew it. Someone said night before Christmas. I am
Yeah, that
having
was
my
me. That was me.
Halloween marathon tonight,
think it was-
guys. All my horror movies.
Halloween vibes. Let's go.
Exactly. Definitely Halloween vibes. I'm gonna have a double feature of The Conjuring. I'm gonna do Conjuring 1 and 2. Maybe sit through The Nun, but I'm a little bit of a chicken. The Orphan. I'm gonna watch a bunch of horror movies just to maintain theme. And I'm gonna wrap the entire night off with either The Corpse Bride or Nightmare Before Christmas.
Happy
I have
Halloween.
school. We have school tomorrow, so I can't watch any horror movies.
Oh man.
Depressing.
That does sound really depressing.
Have a scary Halloween, Maria.
Oh,
Maria,
thank you.
I
You
think you
too.
should be an art. I think you should be an artist.
I should have been an artist. No. But I'll take the compliment. Thank you, guys.
We had,
Go
a,
enjoy your break. I'm sure you had a lot of maths to do.
we had a Halloween disco yesterday at school, but it kind of
Yeah.
sucked because we had no food. There was barely any food. No candy. It was
They didn't give you
depressing.
guys any food at your disco. What kind of
Like-
school does that?
Like barely any candy. It's depressing.
It sounds depressing. What school do you go to?
Eastwood Park.
Well, I would have thought a school like that would have like come through with at least like pizza.
Yeah, there was pizza, but there was like we had like 2 slices, and I was kind of sad.
No, I
That's actually
definitely
so
was
sad.
not a
I
fan of
remember
disco.
like going to like school parties, and then teacher would hype it up for the whole year, and then I'll get like 1 slice of like Domino's pizza. Is
Yeah,
that exactly what happened?
I feel that.
Wait, who was telling me the story about the pizzas?
Me,
Hannah.
Hannah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Unlucky Hannah.
But, Melvin,
Yeah,
just asking, where'd you send it?
I haven't sent it yet. I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Awkward moments of silence.
I didn't think it was awkward. I actually thought it was kind of comfortable. Ooh, yeah. 2 more minutes and then we'll start.
Maria,
Yes.
why does it say, did someone call a doctor?
Oh, it's an exercise. We're going to go through that exercise today.
Maria,
Yep.
if I do leave, is it okay if I log in again?
Yeah. You're all good. I will continue to add people in up until like maybe 5:10, 5:15.
Okay. Because it just randomly kicks me out of the Zoom class, so I just have to keep on logging me in.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time and I'll add you back in.
By the way,
Don't
guys.
you mean 6:15?
No, 6 o'clock.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. Guys, I'll just quickly have one thing to say before I leave. Basically, what's his name? Aaron was asking me. So this is something I do every every year. So one of the cool things of teaching you guys for GATE is that during our classes is exactly when you guys also have your school elections happening. So over the past 3 years, students have asked me to help them write their speeches for the council. And things like that. Sorry?
That thing. That's the thing. No.
Maria, could you make me host really quickly?
How do I do that?
Inside. I'm gonna make everyone see you, okay?
Simon,
Let
we can
me.
hear you.
Later.
All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. How to make you host? Well, this is awkward.
Just double click my name and then oh, actually, you know what? I can just reclaim the host title.
Yes.
Perfect. What is it? Reclaim host. Perfect. I'm host now. So,
Fantastic.
yeah. So I have a speech that I've written for the kids in the previous years, and I'll send it to you guys. Basically, there's just it's just a funny speech with a lot of jokes and stuff in it. Here's a big tip. All the way from, I don't know, pretty much, you know how your topic this week for persuasive writing is democracy is a popularity contest?
Yeah.
It is true. Have you guys realized that in your school council or, for head boy and things like that, usually the head boy for your primary school are usually the popular kids, right?
Yeah.
It's because pretty much whoever gets the most votes wins. So similarly, when you're running for election in school council, right? When you're in year 6 or even in year 12, when you're running for council or election, it's not about how smart your ideas are. It's about how much you can make people laugh. Essentially, it's kind of like a stand-up comedy routine. If you can make the people in your class laugh, you will win the election. So in my year 12 head boy and head girl election, the two of the funniest people became the head boy and head girl. What about yours, Maria? Like, is that same thing happen to you?
At Willerton, yeah, I would say so. Our head boy and head girl, I don't remember who our head boy was, but our head girl was very well liked, such a very nice person, got along with everyone. But she
Yeah.
had a very funny speech, You remember Josephine, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so she's
Actually, in my year 10 English class, me and Josephine made our movie together.
dude, I was in your year 10 group.
Sorry, yeah, it was me,
I was in-
Josephine, Amber, and stuff.
I was in that group, man. I hope you remember that.
You were in my group taking that video.
Yeah, me and you, Sahel, Josie, Amber.
What?
Do
We
you
were
not
making the
remember
first
how we
water?
became friends?
Oh,
Oh,
this is awkward.
caught you
This is
out, huh?
awkward.
Caught you out, huh?
Wait, really? Wait, is it me as the detective?
Yeah, and do you remember that funny part you and Sahel had to write at the end? I was
Yeah.
I think I was the maid, I think.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So cool. Sorry about that. My brain's
Yeah,
really...
you really just did expose yourself. Set yourself up for that one.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go. That's the link with the speech, guys. So if you want to use it, change up your name, feel free to use it. But I'll head off now. And I'll pass it to Maria.
Maria, don't you mean democracy is a popularity contest? We did that last week.
Okay, so I assume I will be host soon-ish, but we'll figure that one out. All right. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all having a very interesting Halloween. I'm sure it must be a little bit iffy to be.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I mean, you're all in tuition.
Maria.
You must really love to be scared
My
with
mom
all
and
the
my
amounts
sister
of
are
work
out
I'm giving
trick or
you.
treating.
Oh, that sounds so cute. What did she dress up as?
Elsa.
Oh,
Maria,
Maria.
yeah.
I have to go late. I like
Oh,
start negotiating at 7 o'clock, but I have this. So I have to wait like 10 minutes later.
Okay. So
To
there are
the
different
disco.
times you can go. All right, guys. As much as I want to hear everyone's Halloween plans tonight, I reckon we start the lesson off. Is anybody confused about the objectives of today's class? Any questions about the objectives? What's going on? Anything that can't be read? I'm just going to go through it very quickly. Anyways, we've got 30 minutes on persuasive writing, part 2. I know, more persuasive writing. I'd love to find out if you can stick your hand up how democracy is just a popularity contest went as a writing topic last week.
Mom.
And I'd like to hear the examples people used as well. If you can go ahead and stick your hand up, I'd love to hear them, please. I'm always so excited to hear what people are writing about. We're going to go through some good examples, or a good example that I found for persuasive writing, and we're going to try go through that. We're going to play, not too much play a game. I used to do this. I made this activity up, so it's a little bit odd, but I really like it. It's called Did Someone Call a Doctor? And I've used it with my year 12s, I've used it with my year 7s, I've used it with 4-year-olds. Everyone can do it. It's pretty fun. I used to do it and I used to draw on the side of the page, but we'll get there, don't worry. Yeah, we're just going to go through more persuasive devices today, and then we're going to end the class with comprehension. I don't know whether it'll be the full 30 minutes. It might take even less, but yes, that's pretty much all we're doing for today. Moving on from my very, very, very scary Nightmare Before Christmas skeleton. Just a recap on structure for the introduction, not structure for the entire thing. I'm gone on about it multiple times at this point, so I'm sure everybody has.
Maria.
I heard someone. Is someone saying Maria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I leave now? Because I need to go somewhere before at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. That's okay. That's fine.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So. I feel like Melvin accidentally made the other me post. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Yes, he did. Okay. 2 seconds. I just need to let people into the. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not going to be as fun as we thought it would be. Anyways, so the game, not so much a game, not so much fun as I would want it to be, is called Tell Me Doctor, Do We Dare to Operate? Okay. Or Someone Call a Doctor if you're in year 12 and you don't like joy in your life. Basically, what you have is oh no, where did all my writing go? Oh, this is really awkward. Of course, this happens to me. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll deal with that for you. But if we look here, it tells us what we need for this activity. We have stitches for corrections, corrections being any kind of grammatical corrections, any kind of punctuation, spelling, anything like that. We use stitches. And basically it's like, all you have to do is call out stitches when you see something that needs to be changed. I need to go get the writing back into place, but it will all work itself out, I hope. You have a scalpel for any alteration for anything you want to change in your persuasive. You want to use a scalpel, you want to add, you want to take it out, scalpel. Then you have scissors for anything that you know should not be in there or is unnecessary. And then we have a sponge for absorbing the things that we like and disregarding the things that we don't. Okay, so I know it doesn't make sense without writing right now. So if you give me 2 seconds, I'll get that for you. Of course, this happens to me. There it is. All right. All right, you're just gonna give me 2 seconds while this happens. All right, well, someone tell me what their points were for democracy. It's just a popularity contest then. Do people already have their hands up for that, or are those accidental hands up?
Mine is an actual one. Hands up.
Okay, Dev, tell me all about your writing this week.
So my 3 democracy reasons were
One was like how people feel about it, because if everyone doesn't get a vote for themselves, they might not feel safe because what they want to change doesn't. If they don't let like a singular type of people don't vote, maybe one of them people's vote could change who's prime minister and who's not. And I related it to when my class went to the Parliament House and we did like a vote for our favorite chocolate. And we
Okay.
also did it about like the history of democracy. It's been used well more than bad, like because since Hitler got his say, he got to do bad stuff. But since like other people like the Melbournes and Indira Gandhi and all of them got their say, they got to do very good stuff for the country. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And your third reason, sorry?
And my third reason was not everyone would feel safe
Oh, okay.
because
So-
like if their national security needs some changing, that their citizens think if it doesn't change, they might feel unsafe. They would leave the country, and like overall, if the people that can't vote do that, there'll also be a financial loss to the country. So like, yeah.
Wow, that's a very well thought out argument. So what were you appealing to when you were writing this? Were you appealing to people's fear? What were you appealing to?
Well, technically, I was telling the people that say who gets the right to vote, like from the people's point of view, that like if I don't get to vote, I would feel like this.
Okay. So you're like trying to get some understanding, some empathy then.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanos?
Well, I can't remember all of my ideas, but one of my ideas is because democracy is a popularity contest because like say when Donald Joe Biden tried to become president of America and Donald Trump was fighting against it, like everyone chose like lots of people chose Joe Biden, which why he's now the president of America. So it is a popularity contest because they choose who they want to they choose like who they want for their future.
Okay,
they
all
did.
right. Good. And what would you say your oh no, you did have that. Never mind. Okay, fantastic. Hannah, last one, and then we'll move on.
I can't remember all of my reasons, but my first one was I was for democracy is a popularity contest. And my first reason was no one would pick an unknown candidate.
Yeah, okay. And what were you appealing to when you were doing your persuasive? What was your appeal? Do we know what an appeal is?
No.
Sorry, Hannah, what was that?
I don't know what an appeal is.
Oh, okay. Well, an appeal is just how we choose to get across our target audience, whether you're trying to make them feel scared, make them feel safe, make them feel loved. What are you trying to make them feel, pretty much?
I think I was a little bit like pressuring them to make them like think a lot.
Right, so you're trying to like make them feel like there's a lot, like it's quite intense, there's a lot of pressure on them. I really like that. Okay. All right. So it's the passage has been on the screen for a little bit, so I'm hoping people have read through it. Has anybody not read through the passage yet?
I haven't.
All right, guys, read through it as quickly as you can. This is the introduction for a grade 8 to 9, I would say, persuasive argument on risk-taking and making mistakes. Shri, do you have a question?
Oh no, accidental.
Okay, no problem.
Maria,
Yes, question.
I'm gonna leave, but can you let me rejoin in 10 minutes?
Yep, no problem.
It's a very good introduction.
Great. So I'm glad everyone's kind of gotten a good, I guess, a good idea of it by now, I'm hoping. So the first thing I want to ask you guys is, does anybody see anything that needs to be changed in terms of a correction? Spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, there's a syntax issue. Can anyone see anything? And if you can, please stick your hand up for stitches. Oh, Tarun? No.
After at the end of mistake, there's no like full stop of it.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a full stop at the end. Okay, anybody else have any stitches in terms of there's a missing word, there's an apostrophe missing? Pav?
There's on the last sentence, there's way too much commas and it's way too long.
So if we were to read that out, let's see whether the commas make sense where they are. Now, commas, as I'm sure everyone knows, are just simple pauses, okay? If a person believes that they want something bad enough or they care about the situation they're in, they should take that risk to achieve what they want to accomplish, although they may make a mistake. So we feel like there are too many commas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, Pav, what would you change it to if you feel like there are too many commas? Is there a better way to write this particular sentence?
You should take out the first comma and then put the first comma.
Pav, you kind of cut off a little bit. Can you start your explanation again, please?
You should take the first comma and turn it into a full stop.
Okay, I want you to read that sentence, okay? If we were to change that into a sentence, it would be just a dependent, okay? So if a person believes that they want something bad enough or they care about the situation they're in, we can't end the sentence there because that's a dependent sentence. It doesn't make sense without something else on the end. So exchanging it for a full stop wouldn't work. Is there any other way to do this? Maybe something to do with syntax? And if you need time to sit there and weed it out, I'm happy for you to write the sentence down, try to weed out the syntax, and stick your hand up again.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Artie.
In the fifth sentence, after then, I think there should be a comma.
Are we looking here?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. You think there should be a comma after then. So yes, but some can usually take that mistake and brush it aside or learn from it. Then, yep, fantastic. Oh, well, you know what? If I could write properly, it would be even better. All right, thank you. Anything else, Artie, in terms of, and also if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, let me know. But is there anything else I can change, stitches wise?
I don't think so.
I think so.
No, awesome. Shri? I can't hear you, bud. Your mic is muted.
I'm unmuted. So in the second sentence, like you might regret it because you didn't want to take any risks. It feels like the wrong tense to me.
You're not wrong. Have you ever regretted doing or not doing a certain task? You might regret it because you didn't want to have to take any risk. So if it's in the wrong tense, and I'm very glad you brought that up. How would you
say
change it?
wouldn't.
You said you wouldn't regret it because you didn't want to take any risks? Is that what you said, Shri?
No. Like you might regret it because you wouldn't want to take any risks.
Oh, you might regret it because you wouldn't want to take any risk. But doesn't that then make it still in the present tense? So what if you were to change it? You
may. Oh.
Does that work? Does anyone have an issue with that? You may have regretted it as, because we don't use the word because, so this is another thing, as you didn't want to take any risks. Any issues with what I've just done? And you can call out. No? Okay.
No.
Or thanks, Shri. Good job. Darren?
after it says in life majority, isn't it majority of people instead of just majority people?
Thank you. Yes. So in life, a majority of people take a risk every day. All right, excuse me while I let these two people into the class. Okay, fantastic. Anything else to that, Darren, that you saw? Oh, come on, guys. Darren, no, nothing.
Yeah, I put majority of people. That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fantastic. Hirash.
After you put a brackets if a person believes they want something bad enough or they care about the situation, you put brackets before if, and where's the other brackets? You should put
Oh, no, that was just to point out where Pav should look at changing the syntax.
Okay.
The second bracket's here, so it's not a part of the paragraph, Hirash.
Okay.
Okay. And Pav, did you think of a different way we can alter our syntax in that sentence so that we can remove the unnecessary commas?
I don't think you have to change your first comma. If you change your second comma, it actually makes sense. Because it does have like a link.
Okay, so you're saying we should just leave it then? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying
change the last comma?
The last comma. Okay. If a person believes they want something bad enough or they care about the situation they are in, they should take the risk to achieve what they want to accomplish, although they may make a mistake. Okay, in what I would do, Pav, is you still need a break between accomplish and although. Now, although they make a mistake, I like that you pointed that out. There's actually more that can be done there. Remember what we talked about a couple of weeks ago with making tone out of your diction, your connotations and things like that? So what we can do is we can actually use our punctuation to add to that. We can add to maybe making like an ominous tone, like ominous meaning spooky. Oh, kind of on brand, right? With today's lesson. Okay, no, that's just my own dad little joke. Okay, I'll stop. Although they may make a mistake, let's make that a little bit spooky. Let's kind of foreshadow what, like, that there's going to be something potentially damaging if people don't take risks. Okay, so how we can do that with our punctuation is a hyphen. Okay, so that would become, well, I'm sure we all know what a hyphen looks like. I'm just going to add little quotation. Oh, now it looks like a weird smiley face, but you guys get it. It's a hyphen.
I have another mistake.
A mistake, Dev. I'll take it. Thank you, Pav. You sorted it out, Dev.
So, after it says, like, yes, some makes mistakes, but some usually take that mistake and I think after that and in there, it should be may brush it aside or from it.
All right. So yes, some make mistakes, but some can usually take that mistake and brush it aside or learn from it. So what do you think it should be?
And may brush it aside or learn from it.
And some make mistakes, but some usually take that mistake and brush it aside or learn from it. Okay, so here's the difference, and I'm very glad you pointed it out. I don't think you should add may there, and here's why. So notice in the beginning, right? It says you may have regretted it. Okay, so one, we've already used may. The next thing is, okay, sorry, I keep getting the notification. I'm just going to add Sahit in. The next thing you should, oh goodness. So we've already added may in, but the point that I'm trying to make is at the beginning, it's okay that the tone isn't firm because may seems contemplative, like they're being indecisive, like, oh, maybe you didn't feel too good about it. Okay, it's not definitive. It's not like, oh, that's it. You felt terrible about it. No, it's you may have felt terrible about it, which isn't as strong. Remember, when we write persuasively, we want to be using as much impacting strong vocab as possible. We want to make sure our sentences are definitive. I would say, well, they come to conclusions in the beginning. And the reason why it's okay in the beginning is because that's what the tone demands. It's saying, and it's not trying to be condescending, it's trying to understand somebody else's feelings. And you can't necessarily be definitive about somebody else's feelings, okay? But in this case here, when it says, you usually take that mistake and brush it aside or learn from it, it's more impacting if we leave the may out. Because if we add too much may, it becomes too contemplative and we start to lose that strong tone that the author of this is building. So it's a tone issue with that, Dev.
Okay.
So strong vocab, always pro strong vocab. All right, and okay, I'm gonna take one more. Alina. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep doing this because I actually like that you guys are finding mistakes. Alina.
Oh yeah, mine's already done.
All right. Abir.
So when you start a sentence with then, I think you should just take out the then since it's very unnecessary.
Oh, so you think that it's what, a snippet like with scissors, or scalpel it and change it to something else?
Snippet.
Snippet. Okay. But so where the comma is, the new comma, you think that we should get rid of the word then?
Yeah, just start it with others.
Okay, let's see whether that's going to make sense. So yes, some make mistakes, but some can usually take that mistake and brush it aside or learn from it. Then others take the risk again without making mistakes the next time. Does anybody think we should keep the then in? If so, tell me why. Otherwise, I'm going to get it out of there. Call it out as well, because I don't know who's holding their hand up for that.
Me.
Oh, so someone thinks we should keep the then in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Because
So,
like
Alina?
then if you just start with others, for me, like I don't really like it, like the way it sounds. Like
Good.
then like continues the sentence from before.
The tone is like weird. The tone.
Yeah, so if you like brush it aside or learn from it, others take the risk again. I like how there's a then to continue the sentence.
Good. Okay, I would agree. I like your explanation, Alina. And again, this can come back to tone, but another thing is effect, the effect you're trying to have on your reader. Imagine you're having a bad day and you spill your coffee on your clothes, and then you stub your toe in the kitchen while you're cleaning it all up, and then you bump your head on the top of the cabinet, and then, okay, you're trying to create the effect that there are more things coming to leave an impression on the reader. That's why it's okay to use, I would say, a moderate amount of then when we are trying to create an impression where this thing could catastrophize or become worse. Yes, it's like a series of potentially damaging effects. I think it was Abir who said we should cut it. So Abir, if that was you, we do that because we keep the then in because it adds effect. It shows that there are more bad things coming.
Oh, Maria.
Did someone call my name out? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it Dev?
Yeah.
All right.
So I think so it's near that part. So then others take that risk. It shouldn't be the risk because it should be that because you've already explained what risk it is. So that risk.
Okay. Then others take the. Wait, hold on. Where are you?
So then others take that risk again without making mistakes instead of then others take the risk because like in the last sentence you said it.
So the becomes that.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody want to counter that or argue that in any way?
Me.
I feel like I want to argue with that because I don't like the way it sounds again. Like
you don't. Okay, so you don't like the way it sounds if we change it to a that. Why don't you like the way it sounds if we change it to a that?
Like even though it's explained in the other sentence, like then others take the risk, then others take that risk.
Like
okay.
Yeah.
So Dev is sorry, Shri, give me 2 seconds. Dev's explanation was the fact that it's already stated what that risk is. Oh no, what the risk is. Hold on. Dev, what was your explanation?
So literally in the last sentence, it say, yes, some make mistakes, but some can usually take that mistake and brush it aside and learn from it. So I think it should be, because you've already explained what like the risk is. The risk would be like it's you're telling it in like then, but like then others take that risk because you've explained what it is. So if I say something like this pen is black, and then I wouldn't say the pen is black because I've already explained. I'd say that pen is black because I pointed out what it is.
Awesome, fantastic, perfect explanation. I'm very happy with that. So for everybody who had a bit of an issue with it, the reason that changing it from the to that, in my opinion anyways, is the fact that by saying the, we go, okay, is it a completely different risk? By saying that, it remains on the same idea, the same risk. It's saying it's the same thing, which is exactly what Dev said pretty much. So yes, it will be changed to that. Now, guys, the reason I'm focusing so much on stitches is because I want you to understand how the readability of an introduction or the readability of any paragraph you write is affected by punctuation and grammar, okay? If you write me an A quality concept or A quality, introduction, it does not get the marks. It will not get the marks it deserves if the punctuation and grammar is all over the place. Because like I said, I didn't actually say this, but I'm going to say it now. We're trying to learn how to write tone properly. So always be very conscious and aware of the diction, so word choices, and the grammar and punctuation. All right. If anybody wants to practice this, if they feel that their grammar and punctuation is poor, they want to keep going with it, search up paragraph corrections on the internet. Yes, the internet. And just sit there and rewrite them until you get every single grammatical mistake, because it always has like what the mistakes are underlined, and then you have to try to figure out how to change it to fix it.
Maria?
Yes.
I actually want to send you like something that's like what type of questions I get wrong in the reading comprehension, but like in the message it still says send to Melville Tom, not to you.
I know how to change it.
I
know how to change it.
You click on the Melvin Tom thing and then there's Maria underneath.
Yeah,
guys.
I got it. Thank you.
All good. Great. Okay, so yeah, you can send through, if anybody has reading comprehension questions that they're like, I have no idea what, how, who, what, put them in the chat and I will go through them in maybe 10 minutes, okay? The next thing I want to do is, are there people who have stitches that are left that they feel need to be absolutely corrected, do or die? If not,
Yes.
can we?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Yes.
someone said yes. Tarun, you go first, and then we'll go Shri and then Abia.
So I got so when it says a firm belief is established in a lifestyle, it says in whether or not. I don't think in belongs that thing when whether or not. I think it's when instead of in. So I don't think in makes sense.
You think that a firm belief is established when a lifestyle, in a lifestyle when whether or not? What do you mean?
So when it says before the word whether, it
Yeah.
says lifestyle in weather. I don't think it makes sense when it says in weather. I think it's supposed to say when weather or not.
All right, let's read it, see how it is, and we'll make a judgment. So a firm belief is established in a lifestyle and whether or not someone is a risk taker or not. A firm belief is established when. Okay, no, Darren, what you would have to do, if you changed it to when, you would then have to get rid of whether. So a firm belief is established when what though? When what
whether.
happens, you would then have to change the following sentence. How would you change the following sentence if you wanted when to work?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it would be, I would say that you wouldn't change anything there because a firm belief, you don't get a firm belief when in this situation. You're trying to get a firm belief in when someone is or isn't a risk taker or not. So there are two options, and you want to have a firm belief in one of them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Shri. Yeah. Shri.
Like according, I think it was Tarun. Like I was thinking this. I was thinking to change. I was thinking to remove in.
In.
Just to remove in.
Or like in whether or not. Remove the in.
A firm belief is established in a lifestyle, whether or not someone is a risk taker or not. A firm belief is established in a lifestyle in whether or not someone is a risk taker or not. Okay, well, I have an issue with it personally because it's very wordy when you read just that one sentence. I don't like the fact that there are multiple nots. If someone has a solution to that, stick your hand up. You want to get rid of whether. But then how do you know that?
In.
Oh, in, sorry. A firm belief is established in a lifestyle in. Yeah, but then how do you know that firm belief is in either of those options? So how do you know that the firm belief is?
It's after lifestyle.
Very boring.
Yeah.
It's the in after lifestyle.
Yeah, please.
All right, hold on. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds to just mute the thing, and then I'll. Shri, can you unmute yourself, please?
I just did. So
thank you.
Like a firm belief is established in a lifestyle, whether or not someone is a risk taker or not.
Okay, that works. So we're getting rid of in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. Okay. Abia. Oh, wait, Shri, you had another mistake, another thing that you wanted to point out?
And like someone is the risk taker or not. I don't think the not is necessary. Like a risk taker or not.
A firm belief is established in a lifestyle, whether or not someone is a risk taker or not. If you get rid of the not, okay. Actually, no, it still works. I'll get rid of the not. The first not, right?
The second.
Or the last not. Okay.
The last not.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, you know what? I'll get rid of it. All right. I'm going to move on now to, I want to know if there is anything, I want to do sponge now. Anything you guys feel like is worth putting or reflecting in your own introductions. This is the part where we talk about the things we like. Okay. Alina?
Quick mistake. It says in life, majority of people take on risk every day. It can be risks. Like it doesn't have to be just one risk. It could be multiple.
Where are we? All right. In life, a majority of people take risks every day. Yay. That's awesome. That's a very good one. Take risks every day. Okay.
Maria.
Yeah.
I've also got a it's Aaron, and I've got a mistake for you.
Yep, one more mistake and then we'll move on to sponge, okay?
It says it will usually depend on how well they take to making mistakes.
It will usually depend on how well they take to making mistakes.
Like that kind
What's wrong with that?
Like, does that kind of make sense? Because like to me, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Have you ever like tried something new?
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm expecting a yes with that. So normally, right, when you're trying something new, you're beginning to do it. how well you take to it means how well you like get comfortable with it, whether or not it's something you're capable of doing. So how well someone takes to making mistakes means it's how well they deal with their mistakes. That's what it's saying. This makes sense to me because this phrasing here, how well they take to, is just asking how comfortable they get with it, whether they're going to kick a fuss or whether they're going to have strategies ready to go when they make mistakes. Aaron, it's a good thing to point out because I didn't realize that that might not have been a concept of understanding yet.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. So I'm looking for just sponge stuff. Okay.
What was the
Someone
mistake
said
again?
Maria, but pardon?
What was the mistake you said again? Just like
how well they take to. Aaron said that it didn't make sense in the sentence, but I did my best to explain what how well they take to means. If anybody needs that explanation again, I'm happy to do it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, sponge stuff. Hannah.
Yeah, I have a sponge. I really like the vocabulary that you used. Like,
yeah,
when you said in life, majority of people take risks every day. I like how you use the word majority instead of like most, and you use like better like proper vocab instead of like in life most people take risks, like majority.
Good. I like that. I would also go with a firm belief.
Yeah.
Established. And yes, please guys get these words down. And accomplish. Why not? If there's any other vocab phrase that someone wants an explanation for, wants to write down or stick their hand up to, let me know now, because that's going to be vocab. I will be looking for someone to point out persuasive devices if anyone's brave
Maria.
enough. Yeah. Deb.
So it's also a sponge, but I really like how you opened it. Like, have you ever regretted doing or not doing a certain task? It like gets me thinking straight away. I think it's a good persuasive device used in the hook.
Awesome. Good. So we have a hook and we like it because it's engaging and has what? Oh, and has persuasive device. I'm just going to mute everyone very quickly because I think someone's accidentally on. Sorry, we have a rhetorical question at the beginning. Okay, Arthi?
I like that every sentence is tied together and makes sense.
Okay, so the readability, you like that it flows?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know that our introductions must flow. Introductions must flow. And a majority of this actually comes from the punctuation and grammar, okay? Anything else, or that was it, Arti?
That was it.
Okay, awesome. Shri?
I really like let's operate, like that thing at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not necessarily a part of the persuasive device. I like that you like that though. Okay, Alina.
I like how like you said people take risks every day and then you answer your own question. Like yes, some people make mistakes.
So there's a question plus an answer to the Q. So the reason why that can be effective, I'm not saying you should do this every single time, but it's have you ever heard someone say, there are two ways you can say it. You took the words right out of my mouth, or you're putting words into my mouth. Okay, there are two ways. When you take the words out of someone's mouth, it means that what they were thinking, you just stated. And that's a very good way to appeal to your target audience. Another one would be if you're trying to be quite confronting, you put words into their mouth. You say the answer that you want them to have. Okay, so yes, question and answer. Well, asking a question and then answering it yourself. That is a very effective tool.
Hello?
Maria, you muted us.
I know, I saw. Sharissa, anything you want to sponge, get rid of, snip, alter, scissors, let me know.
Maria,
Yes.
I have a separate question. It says, have you ever regretted doing or not doing a certain task? Doesn't really apply to everything.
It doesn't apply to everything.
Yeah, because like if you like not doing your homework, then it says to take any risks. Like it doesn't really like comprehend with it. It doesn't like mix with it. It's like different.
So you think it's different. So have you ever regretted doing or not doing a task?
Like, have you ever regretted not doing your homework? And it says you may have regretted it because you didn't want to take any risks. Like, I don't really get how it's like any risk, like not doing your homework.
So okay. So basically, can anyone think of an example and how that would work then?
Yeah.
Wait, who said here?
Me.
Is that Dev?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, awesome.
So like I'm saying, it's actually like why not? Because let's say it's the Loyola homework. If you didn't do it, it would go to your parents, and they might get angry at you. So you don't want to take the risk of your parents being angry on you. Since like if you don't bring in your homework because like you don't do it, you haven't done the task. You might regret it later on because your parents might be angry at you.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I see.
But there's no risk in doing it. There's no risk in that, in doing it. So that's what I'm really.
Wait, what do you mean by there's no risk in doing it?
Like, if you're gonna do your homework, nothing wrong can happen. You might get a few questions wrong, but like nothing bad can happen. Only not doing your homework, then that will affect you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So there is not any situation we could find a way to make that work. If anybody thinks there is a way, speak now or forever hold your peace, or we are going to be rewriting hook and I will take advice and hands up for the rewrite of the hook.
Maria, I have another sponge.
Okay, can we, all right, I'll take your sponge and then we'll work on the hook, okay?
Okay.
Maria.
So the sponge
guys, just stick your hands up if you want to ask me a question because I can't see who's speaking, all right? I'm sorry. Dev, please continue.
Yeah, so the sponge is that like your introduction is realistic because it always has like, but this could happen, but then you always bring it back onto the topic. So it's like realistic.
Okay. So realistic and remains on topic. So that's what we are looking for with our introductions. I'm pretty sure you would have gotten your marks back for one of the persuasives you did this. Yeah, books are the only source of knowledge. And I think on that marking key, there's a mark for realism, if I am not mistaken. All right, awesome.
Yep.
Did anybody struggle with the realism marks? You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to. You can put it in the chat or message me directly or stick your hand up and I won't say anything. I just really want to know whether the realistic aspect is something people are struggling with, because I can definitely come up with some activities and strategies for us to go through next week, because I feel like it can be quite difficult to nail the realistic aspect. All right, thank you to everyone who put their hand up for that. I will definitely add it in next week. Okay, with the I want to answer you, Abia, but I also want to do the hook very quickly. Okay, so how am I going to rewrite the hook then if currently it doesn't necessarily make sense? What do you guys think?
Maria, I think there's no need to change the hook.
Oh.
But she doesn't take any, but she's not going to choose anyone.
Like present, your teacher said you have to get 100% in your homework, and then like if your teacher said you have to get 100% in your homework, it's like, do you really want to take the risk or not? Or...
All right. Well,
Focus on this.
all right. Hold on. I'm just going
She
to
won't take-
mute. Okay. Anyways, all right, I understand that, but I also feel like because majority of people are like it doesn't make sense, probably be a good idea to rewrite it. Now, for this one, I want to hands up on how I might change my hook. Is there a way I could make it better? Because technically, when you think about it, right, your automatic answer should be yes to this question. So what are rhetorical questions? What are their purpose? Is it a yes or no answer, or is it just to engage us, or is it an engaging question that doesn't have a yes or no answer?
It's an engaging question that doesn't have a yes or no
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
It's just like something for you to think about.
Good. So we've come to the conclusion that it shouldn't have a yes or no answer.
It shouldn't. Like it's
Yes.
for you to think
It
about.
should be like a rhetorical question.
Maria.
Guys, please don't call out because it like goes over whoever else is talking. So Alina, can you say what you said one more time? And then I think it was Cristiano who wanted my help, and I'll jump back in there.
Like, since you said like you don't have to answer back, it could be like a rhetorical question. Like it makes people think about it.
Yeah. Okay. So how would I then make this into more of a rhetorical question, Alina?
Wait, where are we up to? I can't see it.
Oh, can you not? My screen is still there. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we're just looking at the hook, which is the red highlighted part. How would I change that into to become more of a rhetorical question? And if you're not sure, you can take some time to think about it, and I'll ask somebody else. All good.
I have a answer.
Hold on. Dev, yep, take it away.
So in the second sentence, you just wrote like the answer to it. You might regret it, like as you didn't want to take any risks. And then it's like, okay, I found the answer. But if you didn't include that, they would be like, okay, have I done it? And then if you start in life, a majority of people take risks every day. Oh, and then like, so I think the second sentence like kind of messes up. Like when I was reading it, I was like, first sentence, I was like, oh my God, okay. What I was thinking about it. From the second one, I was like, okay, I know the answer. Now it's not much engaging.
Okay, so you think that we should leave the hook and the following sentences should be removed or altered in some way?
Yeah.
Okay, like fantastic. I like that. So I'm just going to put a mark there because
I just behind you.
Maria.
I'm sorry. Did someone call something out? Cristiano, is that you? Did you need my help with something? No? Yes? Maybe?
Maria?
Yes?
I like the plushies behind you. They look cool.
Thanks, guys. Let's try to stay on topic. What we did someone say plushies? They're Pop Funkos. Anyways, what we're going to do is, I know today it might have been a little bit tedious, kind of boring as well. I understand that, but this is very good. If you get all the finer details out, trust me, you'll be pro writers in 10 weeks from now. Ish, less than. All right, anyways, with the comprehension, let's go through that very quickly, unless anybody had anything absolutely necessary they wanted to say about this introduction. No? All right, speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay, comprehension. No, I'm not going to make you read all of that. Relax, we're all good. So comprehension, I wanted to show you a couple of very brief strategies you can use if you're struggling with these two particular questions. So lexical questions are going to be any kind of question that is based on vocabulary. And yes, we did blitz through this at the end of last lesson or the lesson before that, can't really remember. But I did show you that the lexical questions were vocabulary based, and literal questions are like your who, what, when, where, and how questions. All right. So don't worry about this. But here I put, if people want to take a screenshot of this would be important. Hiresh question.
Is interpretive, applied, and effective question necessary or unnecessary?
No. So they will always be there. It's up to you to determine whether what question is what. So if you look at the very first question, Harish, which of the following is closest to mortal? That's a lexical question because it's asking you about the vocabulary from the text.
Or it can or lexical can be defining a word.
Yes, exactly. It can be defining a word, it can be replacing a word, it can be the antonym of a word. You're right. Well done. So
Maria?
Yeah, guys, again, hands up because I genuinely don't know who's I'm so sorry, I genuinely don't know who's calling out.
What does mortar mean?
Mortar. Okay, so pesto and mortar. I'm assuming mortar is like just the thing you grind on. Like the, your spices, but I might be wrong. The point is, sorry, anyways, the point that I'm trying to make with these lexical questions in particular is that it's very important in terms of getting the absolute correct answer, or at least strengthening your chances of doing so, is reading the word in the sentence it was derived from, or it came from, sorry. So when we find the word in the sentence, make sure you read it in the little passage or wherever it is, whether it's the first sentence around it, the sentence after it, read it, because the context will help you determine the proper definition. Because a couple of my comprehension sheets last term, if anybody remembers, I'm sure you all hate me for it, and that's okay. There were answers that were very close to being the correct answer, or could possibly have been the correct answer. If anybody had a moment where they're like, I definitely was right about this, you were wrong. Yes, but these strategies will help you narrow down the closest to and be more accurate, okay? Does anybody have any questions about lexical questions? I know Hannah has her hand up, but I'm not sure if it's because of lexical questions or not.
Well, I just wanted to ask if you could send this to the group chat since I'm on a computer and I can't really screenshot.
Oh, that's real rough. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
I will have to send it to Melvin first because I'm not in the WhatsApp group. So I will send it to Melvin and then he will have to send it to you.
I think
Okay,
I know
fantastic.
on a computer.
It's on
We
If
will
it's a
focus on
MacBook.
that. We will focus on that another time. The best strategy right now is just putting it in the WhatsApp. You guys are all very helpful to one another and I really like that. All right, so context is a big one with lexical questions. If anybody, like I said, anybody has questions about lexical questions, ask them now. Aaron?
Maria,
Yeah.
do you have like any for lexical questions and like all these questions, how do you like work on them? Like what are like some strategies to work on them?
To work on your vocabulary specifically, or understanding vocabulary in the text?
The understanding vocabulary in the text and also vocabulary. So like technically both.
Well, I had to take into account the fact that I had to understand context when I was your age in doing this. And it's context, if anybody's confused by what I mean by read the context or determine the context, it just means the background information. Okay, so the sentences around things that are going to help you understand what the word means. And I kept saying context and I realized it's just, sorry, Aaron, I went off track for a little bit. Strategies. Okay, ways you can practice this, and it's going to suck. Every single technique I have is long and tedious because that is the only way to ingrain it in your head. The thing that I used to do is I would read short passages like this. So maybe about this size, even less than. I'm trying to think of good places you can get short passages from. Honestly, just Google like some kind of mythology or something you're interested in and read it. Then what I would do is all the bigger words, like let's say bequeath or mortal or garland or blah, blah, blah. You know what? Those are enough examples. I would then try to define it based on the context. And then after that, I would check the Google definitions to see whether I was anywhere in the realm of close to, if that makes sense. And I would do this over and over and over again for every single comprehension I did.
And
yeah.
also, do you have an idea, like, do you have any other strategies for like inferential and applied questions?
Okay, so inferential and applied. For applied, I wasn't going to go through applied because it does take a little bit longer to show you the strategy.
Hi, Maria.
Bye, guys. Okay, guys. Also,
Yeah,
I know that we're close to the end of the lesson, but I am going to be going till 7. For inferential questions, the best thing that you can do.
What did you say?
Oh, is someone asking me a question, or is it
Yeah,
just
what did
like?
you say? I didn't hear you just like 10 seconds ago.
Oh, no. I just said that I will be going till 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, are we supposed to leave now?
No. I'm just going to keep going. But if you guys want to leave at 7, you can. I just want to get the strategies out. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron, I'm going to do inferential next week because
Bye,
it takes a little bit
Maria.
longer to explain. Bye, guys. It takes a little bit longer to explain. But in terms of what I would recommend if you want to work on your literal skills, because the majority of the questions that, I shouldn't say this, but a majority of the questions that at least I write will be based on literal. And in terms of like interpreting and remembering processes as well, what you can do, and again, long, tedious, boring, get onto taste.com, find a recipe for a brownie or a tart, read it, and try to repeat the process in terms of like writing down, okay, step 1, I have to turn the oven on. Step 2, I have to do this, because it builds that retention of detail and your step processes. The next thing you can,
what was that thing called?
Taste.com,
Oh,
literal
yeah,
question.
thanks.
Okay.
I have to go.
Okay,
You meant
great.
bake the brownies over and over again.
Brownies?
I thought you meant bake the brownies like over and over again.
As much as I would like that, and I hope you share, no, it's more looking at the recipe and remembering those details. Okay.
Oh, so is it like summarizing?
Yes, it is like summarizing, which brings me to my next part. I hope every single one of you is reading a book. Like at this point, every single one of you must be reading at least 2 chapters a week. And I say that as someone who wants
Maria.
their English skills to flourish.
Yeah.
Yes?
I read the whole chapter of Harry Potter.
Well done. What you want to do then, Haresh, is, and I would love to see it, is if you write a chapter summary. Chapter summaries are a very good way to work on your literal skills, okay? In terms of comprehension, yeah.
What about writing like a summary of the whole text? I mean, of the whole
no,
book.
that's a... Thank you. Look at you jumping in on my strategies. You're taking all my power, man. But that's exactly right, Aaron. You want to read the text, even though it might look a little bit long, read it and summarize it in your own words. Take the important evidence you need out, but put it in your own words, because then it'll show that you understand it better. And yes, I know you're not going to have to do any kind of writing for the comprehension in GATE, but you're trying to work on a skill, okay? And this is, again, tedious. It's going to be long and drawn out, but it'll be worth it at the end. If anybody has any comprehension skills that have helped them improve their comprehension, I would love to hear about it. If you have the time to like raise your hand and talk to me about it. If not, we are at the end of class. I'm happy to take questions on anything else. I'm going to be here for like another 2 minutes, so fire away. And if not, I hope everybody enjoys their Halloween.
Maria.
Yeah.
Do you know today's my birthday?
Yes, I
On
know.
Halloween.
I sang happy birthday to you with everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, well, congrats on aging. If anybody has any questions on anything else, let me know now. Enjoy your Halloween. Go eat a bunch of candy and practice your English.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Maria?
Donna, are you? Yeah. Sorry.
ya.
Can you? Bye, guys. Donna, are you asking a question?
Bye, Maria.
Were you like? Okay, never mind then. I thought you were holding your hand up. Bye, guys. Abia,
Bye.
question?
Have a happy Halloween.
You too. Have a happy Halloween.
Thanks, guys.
Maria,
Yes.
can we go back to the operation thing? I need to alter something.
Oh, of course we can.
So when you say a firm belief is established in a lifestyle, whether or not someone is a risk taker, we can change risk taker and change it in from risk taker to daredevil. So like we can use better vocab.
Okay, the only reason I would object to that, as much as I love Daredevil because hello, Marvel, the only reason I would object to that is the fact that this is the person who wrote this has already taken a formal tone. By using daredevil, it breaks that formality. It becomes informal. If you were to change it to something like a firm belief is established in a lifestyle, whether or not someone is a deviant or not, that would maintain the formal tone. But daredevil would break it and it would then become informal. But yes, I like the fact that you said stronger vocabulary.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, if anybody has any other additional questions, it can be about comprehension from Loyola, it can be about the text, anything we went through today, let me know. Otherwise, we are pretty much done and you are all more than welcome to go enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Danav? Oh, you're mute. I can't hear you.
So my question is about the day test. So like, will it be a comprehension or a narrative?
Oh, Danav, you have to do both. So I'm unsure how long you get for comprehension, but you've got to do, I think, 3 comprehensions, and you have to do a 25-minute narrative writing or persuasive. So you got to do both.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant, how do you know if it's a narrative or a persuasive?
You don't. I would recommend, I think I had a parent tell me that they went to a GATE information session recently. I think that's what they were calling them. And it said that you guys should focus more on narrative writing, but I think that the prompts are going to be open enough that you could write a persuasive or a narrative. So I think it's going to be up to you. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to just check with Melvin because Melvin would know. Oh, someone was here and now they are not. Melvin would know, but check with Melvin, but that's what I would say. Anything else?
No.
All right, awesome.
Wait, for the comprehension, my dad said that for one question, there'll be a passage each for a question.
I think there's going to be a passage and then 7 questions or a set of questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And for maths and English, there'll be 35 questions for 5 minutes, right?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about maths. I just know my English side of things. So yeah, any kind of math stuff after Melvin. Huh?
For English, there'll be 35 questions for 35 minutes. I'm pretty
sure.
Okay.
All right. Good. Whew. All right. If anybody has any other questions or no questions at all, I'm pretty sure that is it for the day. All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, Maria.
Bye.